Thank you. I appreciate my friend from Arizona. I have a blast that was emailed out from the Islamic Society of North America director on February 14th, 2012, which they were basically sounded like they were spiking the football. They'd had the meeting again with you, and they said the director has also informed participants that to date, nearly all related FBI training materials, including more than 160,000 pages of documents, were reviewed by subject matter experts multiple times. They also said material was pulled from the curriculum if even one component was deemed to, 1, include factual errors, 2, be in poor taste, 3, be stereotypical, or 4, lack precision. And then we'd also gotten one of the lines that had been purged simply says in training, other self-described jihadist groups can differ with Al-Qaeda and like-minded groups in targeting tactical preference and their ultimate political goals, although many jihadist groups overlap in terms of target, tactics, and goals. And apparently that was found to be offensive to say that there were some jihadist groups that overlap in terms of target, because apparently that fits the criteria of being stereotypical. And I want to go back to the subject matter experts. You'd mentioned, as we had been told, there were 5 subject matter experts that were doing this purge, and that 2 of them were interagency, but 3 of them were outside the agency. And we know Imam Majid, the president of the named co-conspirator in the Holy Land Foundation trial, for which there is plenty of evidence, as the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals said, to substantiate that they were supporting terrorism, even though the Attorney General decided he did not want to pursue them or his office. He didn't take credit for that decision. But, and in fact, he left that to a acting U.S. attorney to say that there wasn't evidence, when actually he was on the record before the district court and the Fifth Circuit saying there was plenty of evidence there. But the concern still goes back to, who are these subject matter experts? You were ready to give a couple of awards to people for their civic leadership and assistance that ended up not being worthy of being recognized. There are people that have access to you like most Americans would not have, who have ties that are certainly questionable. And so I think it is worth, as one of my friends across the aisle pointed out, America knowing who are these people that are purging our documents, and why is it so offensive to say that many jihadist groups overlap in terms of targets and tactics and goals? You have a comment on that? You had said that you may talk about their backgrounds, but who in the world gets to know who these people were? Most of us have very secure classifications, even though we find out that people like Ella Biari, that's on the Homeland Security Advisory Group, got a secret classification from Secretary Napolitano, and from the evidence, it is very clear that man could never have been vetted, could never have gotten a security clearance unless the Secretary bypassed all the laws and requirements to give him that. So I just keep coming back to the importance of knowing who it is that is actually cleaning out the FBI training materials.
Well, let me say that I addressed the issue of the way forward on the individuals. We'll try to accommodate the committee on that. With regard to the meeting with members of the American Muslim, American Arab, and Sikh communities, I have periodically, as do our special agents in charge in each of our offices, have meetings with members and representatives of the Muslim community. The meeting to which you refer it was one that I stopped in at, and I gave exactly the same review of what the process we had undertaken to review these materials that I've given today and in previous testimony. And so I think we have done appropriately at issues with regard to the training. And again, I'd finish as I did before and welcome you down to review the materials yourself and to hear the explanations as to why we thought that these particular pages were inappropriate. And again, would point out that we had 160,000 plus pages that were appropriate in terms of training. So it is not as if we have purged a substantial amount of our training materials.
Thank you, Mr. Gohmert. The gentlewoman from Texas, Ms. Jackson Lee, is recognized.